Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Friendo Club Franchise Limited LLC. That's right, on today's episode, we are going to talk about the corporate champion. Who will the corporate champion be? Of course, The Rock alluded to him wanting Cody Rhodes to be his corporate champion. Probably not going to happen, but we're here to talk about the best, worst, and most surprising picks for the corporate champion, The Rock's champion, Larson.
Yeah, so we did our SmackDown recap on Friday. We kind of talked about some potential names that could be Rock's corporate champion. Might hear those names again, but after further consideration, got at least one name here that for sure I don't want to see be corporate champion, and a name here that I think would be that's perhaps a bit unexpected, but I think would be a great pick.
All right, where do you want to start? Best, worst, or most surprising?
Let's start with best, Steve. Who do you think would be the best corporate champion for The Rock?
So this guy is probably like, I'd say maybe fifth on the list of likeliest, because I don't think it's very likely. That being said, give me Jacob Fatu. This guy is basically owning Solo Sikoa just with every look he gives the guy. The crowd is thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly, behind Jacob Fatu. And I think a really fun, interesting, dangerous pick for The Rock would be Jacob Fatu. I think The Rock thinking that he can have Jacob under his thumb, and then that interaction between Jacob and The Rock, I think could be the most fun out of any possible pick. Obviously, there are other names that the chemistry might be a bit more interesting because other names have more history with The Rock. But Jacob Fatu, I think, in my opinion right now, I think Jacob's not young, compared to some of the talent they have. He's been around the wrestling world for a very long time now. That being said, he's still pretty new to the WWE. And so the idea of somebody who is obviously his ceiling is so high up there, it's kind of unlimited. So why not pull the trigger on having this guy dethrone Cody as Rock's corporate champion? There's no reason not to. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'd consider Jacob as well. So before I name my pick for best, we did talk about John Cena at length on the SmackDown recap, so I don't really feel a reason to revisit that per se, although I think John Cena would be a good pick to be Rock's corporate champion. Instead, here, I'm going to make the case for Drew McIntyre as the best. If you recall, when Drew re-signed with WWE, who presented Drew with a massive sword?
By proxy, The Rock. It was The Rock sent it to him and some other guy gave it to him.
Yes, The Rock gave him a giant sword. Yeah. You know, Drew is stuck in a rut. He's his own worst enemy. He thinks now that he's on SmackDown, that's going to change. Problem is, he's still the same Drew McIntyre. We saw that. We lost to Jimmy Uso on SmackDown this week. He needs to get out of this rut, and perhaps he sees the offer from The Rock to be the corporate champion as a means to get out of that rut, to reach the heights that he's been unable to achieve on his own over the last couple of years. I think the dynamic between them would be interesting. I think it would immediately make Drew McIntyre number one heel in the entire company. And I think the possibility is there for the saga that WWE is kind of missing right now in terms of the stories they're telling. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't seriously consider Drew McIntyre to be corporate champion.
I love the idea, dude. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. What about this? I'm throwing this out there, right? At Elimination Chamber, Cody says, no way to The Rock.
Yeah.
Corporate champion, no way. At WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre takes on Damian Priest, whatever, right?
Sure, yeah.
Drew actually wins that one. Shocker. Because he don't win shit. Cena wins the Chamber, goes on to WrestleMania, loses to Cody Rhodes. But at the end of that match, the director of the board, The Rock, grants Drew McIntyre, kind of like an impromptu Money in the Bank.
Oh, man, sort of like how Big Show challenged Drew McIntyre after Drew beat Brock Lesnar.
Not at all like that.
WrestleMania 36. No, that you're comparing the same situation, obviously.
Much cooler than that because there's people there and The Rock's there, and Drew comes out and he just says, have at it. And so after Cody's taken several super AAs, John Cena took him where, Larson?
To the limit.
Yes, to the limit. Drew cashes in, and we get that same. They frame the shot the same way with Austin shaking McMahon's hand, but it's Drew shaking The Rock's hand. I think that could be really, really exciting stuff. I think that's awesome.
Let's talk about not so good options. I'll go first here. Now, this might not necessarily be the absolute worst, but I think it'd probably be the most uninspired pick because we've seen this particular person I have in mind is a veteran WWE for 20 years at this point, seemingly. I think it's been about that long. Although I don't know if they've had the official celebration. I'm sure they will. An episode of his talk show. And while he has and currently is doing kind of fun work in the mid-card,
no, man,
I don't want to see him anywhere near the main event ever again. Ever again. I'm talking about The Miz. I think if
you
The
went
Miz...
so beyond the realm of possibility. Wow.
If The Miz was a corporate champion, I think it'd be a kind of a collective groan from everybody.
Oh, it'd be terrible.
And I don't want to see it. I think there's a lot more exciting names, like just about everybody else on the roster,
than
The Miz. So that's my pick. Miz is my pick for worst option for corporate champion.
My worst pick, I don't think is in the realm of possibility, but it's slightly more in the realm of possibility than yours, and that's Solo Sikoa. he's bloodline.
Yeah.
He is bloodline. And maybe he's like, God damn, this Jacob guy is scary as hell. Hey, Rock, I'll be your corporate champion. How about that? And Rock's like, okay, Cody said no, so I'll just take what I can get. I'll take you, Solo Sikoa, even though he's lost like 50 times to Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, all up and down the card, Roman Reigns. Maybe Rock hasn't been paying attention, and Rock is like, oh, man, that's right. The guy who's going to take over for Roman Reigns is the tribal chief. And then somebody's like, Rock, this guy lost to Roman Reigns. He lost to Ulafala. Oh, I already made him my corporate champion.
Contract signed.
Contract already signed. Let's make the most of it.
All right, Steve, who's your name for the most surprising pick to be Rock's corporate champion?
Roman Reigns. Because we've been there already. Like literally last year, Roman was kind of Rock's corporate champion. He was, the Rock was the final boss. There, he acknowledged Roman Reigns, but Rock clearly was the guy leading the charge against Cody Rhodes. It wasn't really Roman Reigns. And so, this is not ground that really needs to be tread again. They already did this, but at the same time, there's some storyline motivation. Roman Reigns wants to get that title back. He's close with The Rock. They've got that pre-existing relationship, obviously, and cousins and whatnot. So yeah, I don't want to see it, and I'd be really shocked if they went back to that well again. So I guess that'd be my most surprising.
Name I have here for most surprising, I think would be great because we've been asking for this competitor to get a solo run for quite a while. It was teased once at an Elimination Chamber match, in fact.
Elton Prince, yes.
So, the Rock can approach Montez Ford.
Wow.
I know Montez seemingly there's no breakup in sight for the Street Profits.
No, they seem to be tighter than ever, man.
They just had a recent change of attitude.
They have had one, yes.
So it seems unlikely. So for a variety of reasons, it would be surprising, but I think it'd be pretty great if The Rock approached Montez Ford. Look, you're stuck in this tag team rut. You have everything to be a massive single star. Yeah. Be my corporate champion. I mean, I think in that role, Montez would thrive. Instantly elevate him to a main eventer. Beating Cody for the title, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Man, you really chose some out there picks. I like it. I like outside of the box, Larson. But yeah, dude, like you said earlier, there are kind of no bad picks in terms of like the upper echelon. Well, in terms of realistic, in terms of things that they might actually do. For example, one we didn't mention that everybody wants to see is CM Punk. He has said, I'm here to make money, not friends. So why wouldn't he join? Punk is always, it's funny when Punk used to whine about shit. He used to whine about, oh, they don't have me in the stinger at the beginning of the show. They don't have me on ice cream bars. He's begging to be corporate champ. That's what he wanted to be. He wanted the Cena spot, which is corporate champ. It'd be kind of interesting because I got Drew and Cena on this list. We both talked about that. It'd be kind of interesting if The Rock tried to entice Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Jey is super popular.
Yeah.
But he still has that streak of like, or that sort of personality trait of like insecurity and imposter syndrome. Do I belong here? You know, it was a big stretch for me to leave the tag team and go out on my solo. And now I can't, he can hardly believe that he won the Royal Rumble. So what if The Rock says, you do belong? He gets validation from The Rock. And Jay's like, yeah, man, top of the world with this guy. I can take it to the next level. I think that'd be an interesting dichotomy. He's like the most popular guy on the roster teaming up with the final boss. How would people respond to that?
Yeah. Especially if Jay doesn't really change all that much from his personality standpoint, not like he actively turns heel.
Or what about this? Cody just accepts. And nothing changes. He's still good guy Cody, and Rock and him just hang out.
And The Rock kind of toes that line between face and heel where he talks crap to the crowd but then says, great sing-along.
It's all just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's all just for fun. There's no real story being told. They just want to hang out more. It's just the excuse to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Cody's like, there's no downside here. You know, we're good friends. He's a good guy, winking a nod to the crowd. We're all having a good time here.
We'll all go in the back, drink some tequila.
Right, exactly. Put it on Instagram Live, and then Rock will get in his car and drive off.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, hey, leave us in the comments. Let us know what you guys think would be the best, worst, and most surprising picks for The Rock's corporate champion. Let us know. Hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.